Wanted to give a quick case study. This was one that we worked with a retailer on. As part of our surveying, we're tracking most of the important categories in a store. We are working with a retailer and trying to understand their promotional activity. In this particular example, we were looking at the pudding category, pudding cups. We had noticed that out of the number of weeks of promotion on flyer, this particular category was almost 40% of the time it was on feature. We had noticed that the sales were not performing, the lifts weren't as great. We had to go back to the drawing board with the retailer. The retailer wanted to reevaluate all their features to understand, are we promoting the right things? Is there some other tactic that we should be employing? We started diving into the data. I should preface this really quick with, if you look at the bottom, we ranked 85 categories at this retailer. All the rankings that you see, that's where the pudding category ranked out of 85. That's the context. When we looked at this particular category, we found that over half of the shoppers decided to purchase the category in-store. It was an impulsive decision. It was not a planned purchase. When we looked at the percentage of shoppers who purchased because of a display, it was about a quarter of the shoppers. That ranked as the third highest category. Ranked very high for impulsivity as well as being triggered by a display. When we looked at the number of shoppers who decided on the category based on seeing the flyer, they saw the category, they planned to buy the category, but as you can see, it ranked very low, 74th out of 85. Not a category that was resonating with shoppers. They impulsively bought it, but they weren't planning to buy it. We just had to go back to the drawing board. The last measure I'll show, I think of promotions feature activity. It has 2 points. The first point is to drive traffic to the store. How do we get people to come to our store? The other part is, how do we drive better price perception? Can we show that price perception to our customers and try to build that perception overall? This is a question that we call price beacon. I look at the price of what I bought in the category to tell me if the retailer was competitively priced. You think of milk and eggs and things like that, that people know the prices, they're more aware of the pricing, so you have to be a little bit stronger on price, where this category, people really didn't know the price that well. It was an impulsive decision. It made us pause and figure out, what can we do better to help our clients? What we came out with was, for this particular category, reduce the number of weeks on feature, give it to another category more deserving, and then start working on more in-store activation. Displays, theater, signage, something that can disrupt their trip, because this is a shopper that isn't as intentional as other categories. That was a way that we gave the retailer context to quickly pivot.